But it's not that. Our movies somehow, like most of the movies, 90% of the movies we make, from filmmakers, it's also a business. We've largely become a bunch of caterers.
Caterers.
See, yeah. We started catering to the audience. This is what audience wants. It's also, it's like our marketing has started to govern our movie making in many ways. You know, marketing starts to decide that this is how the film should be, how to sell it, how this, that.
Or is this kind of
With times it has changed. No, in those times, there are still filmmakers who are making those movies. And there is a larger audience that watches those movies. But there's a predominance of that kind of business. We don't have that luxury of that time where filmmakers spent so much time. Like Gurdat made a film, spent 5 years to make one film. They spent time to make one film. And those films were completely in their control. And those films, the way they went about it, today, it's so much about money and things and all those things that we don't have that kind of a luxury.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be, you know, it shouldn't be. The point is that now, aapne tehzeeb ki baat ki, let me, before we go to Farhan, and I want to say this, is I was thinking of, there was this Bengali director, Pradeep Sarkar, who came to me and really wanted me to make a movie, and I didn't want to, I hate producing films, so I don't want to. And he kept telling me a story. I said, yeah, this sounds like Parinita. कहता है, yes, it is based on that. मैंने कहा, based क्या? वो तो original इतना कदम गया, वही बनाओ. कहता है, वो तो 2 बार flop हो गया. पर मैंने कहा, वो great, it's a great novel, maybe it hasn't been done well. So, I made Parinita. Rishikesh Mukherjee was alive then. He also told me, Vinod, twice, even Bimal, no, it's bombed. Why are you doing? I said, I believe in this book. I read it as a kid. It's a book I should do. तो बड़ी तहजीब से बनाई गई परिणीता.
चली भी थी.
वही तो आपसे मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ. उसमें ऐश्वर्या राय नहीं थी, एक नई लड़की, हमने चेंबूर की लड़की, आज वो भी राजू जैसे राजकुमार ईरानी हो गया, वो भी विद्या बालन हो गई हैं. भगवान उन सबको खुश रखे. लेकिन वो तो आई चेंबूर से थी हमारे पास, हमने टेस्ट लिया और हमने फिल्म बनाई. तो आज आप परिणीता की बात क्यों नहीं करते? तो बोलिए.
Imagine if she had been from Naigaon.
Huh?
If she had come from Naigaon.
No, I didn't hear you. But the point is, कौन सा commercial pressure यार? Make a movie you believe in, वो चल भी जाती है. This is my answer before you. Now yours.
Farhan, you are so fond of music, you sing too. Do you feel a lack of poetry, or do you feel that today's songs we don't remember 3 weeks after the release? Or is just a feeling?
Or is it more direct? Is it more real, the language? And earlier there was a certain romanticization.
No, say, eventually the language in a film has to be true to what the world of the characters, the world that they inhabit. But regardless, I feel the original question that you asked, Anurag, this was actually an article that I had written about in the India Today as well at one point, where I definitely do feel very, very strongly that a certain dignity in relationship is something that has kind of, we've lost. You know, so even, for example, if you show a character that's flawed, like for example in Sahib Bibi or Ghulam, you show in your social perception a flawed character. But the way the director presents this character, there is a lot of dignity in that presentation. And eventually, no matter who the person is, whether they are an alcoholic, a drug addict, they're people who are living on the street, whatever it may be, what everyone desires is a certain dignity. And for us as filmmakers to strip that away from them in presenting them, I feel is a bit of a failure. And also in romance, because I genuinely believe that pop cultural references are what all of us have grown up on to define what is love, how do you romance. When you look at a girl, if you want to speak to her, what do you say, what do you do? We took our cues from the pop stars of our time, from watching films that influenced us. You don't go and speak to your parents or your uncle and auntie, you know, how did you all get together, tell me what you said to her. You don't do this. You know, so whatever you imbibe, you say, okay, fine, if I can be like this person, if I go and say this, if I behave like this, then maybe this is the right way to do it. And I feel that dignity of romance in Hindi film is something that definitely has taken a bit of a nosedive. I do think that.
Dibakar?
Kind of agree. But I would like to. It's not, I mean, I would like to just add something to that. You said that. Do you think some poetry and some tehzeeb has gone out of our lives?
I'm asking. I'm not.
Yeah. No. Sure. No, so I stand corrected.
और इस तरह का बुक लाया जाए, कलेक्शन लाया जाए?
देखिए, मैं समझता हूँ कि हम आज जहाँ हैं, हम वहाँ इसलिए हैं क्योंकि हमारी एक हिस्ट्री, हमारा एक पास्ट है, और हम आज अगर फिल्में बनाते हैं और आज अपने आप को हम आर्टिस्ट कहते हैं, तो हम जो हमसे पहले हो चुके हैं ग्रेट आर्टिस्ट, उनसे सीखेंगे, उनसे इंस्पिरेशन लेंगे। तो मेरे लिए ये किताबें जो हमने बनाई हैं, जैसा आपने देखा 3 बुक्स इस पर है, ये सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं है कि बाकी सब लोग पढ़ें, सब ये दिबाकर हैं, फरहान, अनुराग सब पढ़ें, हम पढ़ें, बाकी सब लोग पढ़ें, ताकि दे गेट इंस्पायर्ड टू मेक बेटर एंड बेटर सिनेमा एंड ऑल्सो वॉच बेटर एंड बेटर सिनेमा। सो इट्स ऑल्सो फॉर फिल्म मेकर्स एंड ऑल्सो फॉर व्यूअर, जो रद्दी फिल्में देख के खुश हो जाते हैं, अच्छी फिल्में देख के खुश होंगे तो अच्छा होगा।
A question common to all from Dibakar, Vinod sir, Farhan and Anurag. Had Gurudutt sir been alive today, how would he have reacted to the idiosyncrasies of our censor board?
I don't know. I cannot comment on his behalf.
Vinod sir, what about you?
No, exactly. I don't know how it's very difficult for us to. What do you think?
I think what you want us to say is how we react to it. And
you would just say some
जिन्हें नाद है इन पर परफेक्ट, बहुत अच्छा है। गुरुदत्त यही कहते हैं,
everything about censorship,
जिन्हें नाद है,
so you go and watch his movie and play a song.
जिन्हें नाद है हिंद पर वो कहा, बिल्कुल सही।
But frankly, you know, the list of cuss words that has been issued, do you agree with it?
How does it matter?
Of course it matters. You are a part of the big fraternity. It does matter. So आपको आप सहमत है उससे? ये वर्ड यूज नहीं कर सकते, हरामजादा, कुत्ता, whatever.
सहमत हम नहीं है, हम सहमत नहीं है, लेकिन हम ये बात 10 बार बोल चुके हैं।
तो 11वीं बार बता देते हैं हम। अच्छा देखिए, हमसे पहली बार पूछ रहे हैं हम, क्योंकि मैं कल ही LA से आया हूँ, मुझे मालूम नहीं क्या हुआ है।
पर हुआ क्या आप मुझे शॉर्ट में बता सकते
Sir, a list of 28 words have been released by the censor board, which includes a lot of Maban galis and a lot of others which have not been perceived as galis till now, which cannot be used henceforth in movies.
पर why?
And that
Somebody
is
is asking
Is
them.
that the case? और
So
the
those-
case is that अगर वो words use किया जाए तो फिर वो adult film होगी.
No, you can't use that.
No, see, I honestly speaking, the fact is that the CBFC is a film certification body. So the fact is that they have to certify, rate a film depending on the content, that a certain age or below should not be able to watch because it's mature content, restricted content, and that truly is their function. You know, so I mean, the filmmaker should have the freedom to make the film that he or she wants to make, and it's the responsibility of the film certification board to say that okay, only this age and above, or then a universal audience can watch the film. That is the ideal scenario. Hopefully, that is what we'll arrive at. There is already a lot of discussion and debate going on about this.
But
You know,
today the CBFC is meeting today.
Absolutely.
Let's wait for the
Yeah,
meeting.
so I think let all that happen. We are
First
right in
meeting
the
is
midst
today, is going
of many
on.
things going on.
It will be over now.
मैं इस बारे में एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ. बार बार क्या होता है कि जब भी सेंसर बोर्ड के बारे में कोई इशू होती है तो आप सबसे पहले आके फिल्म मेकर को सवाल पूछते हो कि आपको कैसा लगा, जबकि फिल्म मेकर उस सिचुएशन का सबसे वल्नरेबल विक्टिम है. जब किसी तरीके की इस तरह की प्रिस्क्रिप्शन होती है तो किसी फिल्म में कोई हानि पहुंचती है कि मैं अपनी फिल्म में ये नहीं यूज़ करता, वो नहीं यूज़ करता. लेकिन अगर आप एक फिल्म डायरेक्टर को बोलोगे कमेंट करने के लिए तो वो कमेंट करेगा कि नहीं ये गलत है. उसके बाद वो कमेंट करेगा, फिर उसी की फिल्म को बाद में प्रॉब्लम होगी. द फैक्ट दैट दिस इज रॉन्ग has to be said by people other than the filmmakers.
More importantly, the
ये
opinion has to come from
जाति
you.
या ये जो भी हो रही है, अगर ये फिल्म मेकर्स के साथ हो रही है तो ये जनता के साथ भी हो रही है. तो फिल्म मेकर से बार बार बुलवा के कि ये गलत है, ये गलत है, ये गलत है, आपको अच्छे और चटखारे वाले बाइट्स मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन इशू नहीं सॉल्व होगा. इशू तभी सॉल्व होगा जब जो फिल्में देखते हैं और जो फिल्में बनाते हैं वो मिलके बोले कि यार हमें डिसाइड करने दो हम क्या देखेंगे और हम क्या बनाएंगे. आप बताओ कि हाँ इस फिल्म को इस उम्र के ऊपर के लोग देख सकते हैं और इस फिल्म को इस फिल्म की इस उम्र के नीचे लोग देख सकते हैं. बाकी हमको डिसाइड करने दो, क्योंकि सोसाइटी तो हमारी है. तो सिर्फ हमारे बोलने से कुछ नहीं होगा.
विनोद जी, आप लोग प्रख्यात, मेरा आपसे ये प्रश्न है कि अभी जैसे आपने लैंग्वेज के बारे में गगन कमराल सर भाषा के जो फिल्में हैं वहाँ हिंदी के बारे में लेकिन कैसे हमारी फिल्में डिस्कशन या कहीं भी होती है सारे इंग्लिश में.